Welcome to Opinions in 10, online posts and biblical opinions in under 10 minutes. Starting now. All right, today's post comes from Jake times 2. Am I the jerk? I don't want to stop giving drum lessons to a student that my girlfriend wants me to drop. I'm a young and ambitious drummer. I've toured a bit and spent some time in the studio. I dearly hate my day job, Ace Hardware cashier, and I teach a couple of drum lessons per week to work towards being a professional drummer. I'm aiming for 6 students, and I currently have 2. And one of my students is a girl. I guess she's in her late 20s. Upon hearing this, my girlfriend, a 20-year-old female, said that this was sus. She didn't like that I spend time alone with a girl at my house and that I follow her on Instagram. When you phrase it that way, it does sound sus, but it's a professional relationship. Both of my students book an hour of my time in advance and pay me for it once a week. And if they cancel on late notice, I charge a fee. Then they don't hear from me all week till the next lesson is coming up, and I need to confirm. Male or female students both. It's an easy extra $200 a month, which goes to a couple of date nights and gas to see my girlfriend. My other student is a guy who my girlfriend doesn't mind, but he's newer and far less lucrative for me because of it. My girlfriend suggested I drop my female student so as to not prioritize a paycheck over her feelings. But I'm out there like, why would I do that? The money is good, and I'm not doing anything nefarious besides teaching drums. It's good for my mental health. Plus, I plan to quit my job and do this for real money. Keeping all of my clients as long as I can at this early stage is going to be a huge requirement. Building trust and solid professional relationships, not burning bridges, and the date money they lead to for jealousy relief. Am I the jerk? Okay, well, it looks like you have a predicament here. On the one hand, you have a business that you're trying to start where you sell drum lessons to potential percussionists, and it seems like you have a good start. On the other hand, you have a girlfriend who is very jealous and upset that one of your students who would like to learn how to be a percussionist is a female. First, I would like to say that there's nothing suspicious about a female who wants to learn how to play drums. There have been many famous percussionists through the years. Karen Carpenter, Sheila E., and Debbie Peterson come to mind as examples. The fact that you are giving drum lessons to a woman is not an issue. She's a paying student, and from your post it sounds as though you keep the relationship with all of your students professional, and you don't cross lines. I have no reason to doubt that. There's nothing sus about a woman wanting to take drum lessons. And if you're wanting to professionally teach drum lessons full-time, then you're doing what you need to do, starting small and working your way up. I am going to caution you, however, that in recent years there have been a lot of women making up accusations about men out of whole cloth and doing a lot of damage. The tendency is for everyone to jump on the bandwagon with hot takes and brutal accusations, and then by the time the truth is uncovered, the damage has already been done. And the way that you have set it up leaves you wide open for that sort of a situation. Should you at some point have a student that decides she's going to say something that isn't true. If you want to do this for a career and you run into one of these types of students, you may be prevented from ever doing so because of a falsehood and people's tendency to eat gossip as though it were fine steak. Moses has some advice on this. In Deuteronomy 19:5, he says, "One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or any sin in any sin that he sins. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall a matter be established. Paul taught principles from the same passage in Ephesians 5:15. He says, "See then that you walk carefully, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil." How all of this applies to you may look like using some of the money gained thus far from these lessons to install a camera that you use during lessons so that you have a second witness. It's to protect yourself from accusations should anything arise. If you're going to build a business, especially in this day and age, you need to protect yourself from anything that could come along and destroy it. You have some pretty ambitious dreams, and that's good. But take the care to protect yourself. And that'll do it for today. If you like my videos, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. God bless.